Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and today Apple released iOS 17.6 Beta 1. iOS 17.6 Beta 1 is available to developers and soon to public beta testers on all iOS 17 supported devices. Now, if you're on iOS 18 Beta 1 and you're testing that out, you won't have this update as you're on a newer version. But as you can see, this came in at a very large 6.49 gigabytes on my iPhone 15 Pro Max, and that happens anytime you go from a public version such as iOS 17.5.1 to a beta, or from a beta back to a public version. It has to reinstall everything. Along with this, Apple also released iPadOS 17.6 Beta 1, watchOS 10.6 Beta 1, tvOS and HomePodOS 17.6 Beta 1, macOS 14.6 Beta 1, and visionOS 1.3 Beta 1, along with a couple older updates for macOS. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the build number and talk about what's new. So we'll go to Settings, then we'll go down to General, then About. As you can see, the build number is 21G5052E. I thought we'd be a little bit further along than this as we get closer to a final release. Typically that E will change to maybe a B or an A, then we'll get a release candidate and a final release. But we know they've been testing 17.6, at least in beta at Apple, for at least a month or so. We know this based on website analytics and more. As far as anything new, well, we do have a new modem update in this version. On the iPhone 15 Pro models, it went from version 1.60.02 to 1.70.01. Hopefully that helps with overall connectivity and just improves that in general. As far as new features, well, Apple launched account.apple.com, which will be the replacement for appleid.apple.com. This is something they're changing with all of the iOS 18 devices. It's now your Apple account, not your Apple ID. So that's been updated. We'll see that pretty soon, probably, replacing Apple ID. As far as other features, well, there's a few that they don't seem to show just yet, but are in the code, meaning that we have the Apple Pencil Pro here on the iPad Pro 11-inch. This is the new M4, and if you have an Apple Pencil Pro and you go into Find My, within Find My, we'll have some new updates here that allow us to put it in lost mode and allow you to maybe put your information in case someone finds it. It looks like the code is there, but it just hasn't been updated yet, so it's linked to your ID and others can't use it. So that's something I think is coming later or very soon. Also, if we go into our devices, in iOS 17.5, Apple gave us the ability, once we go to remove this device from Find My, to put it into a repair mode. So we have this in repair mode, but there's no way to take it out of repair mode. Within the code, it looks like you'll be able to do that. If we go into the News app, it looks like Apple's updated sports. So maybe you're following some different teams. You can manage your sports here. Maybe you're following different teams. When an event starts, it will actually pop up as a live activity in real time and just give you that information without you going into it. This is something that they're updating, and it says you'll get real-time updates on your home screen and lock screen. We've seen these live activities, but it looks like this is coming later. Also, for countries that are able to use contactless payments with different apps and things, there will be a new default way to do that. So maybe you're in your settings and you want to use a different NFC app instead of Apple Pay or something else. That will be compliant with the EU, and you'll be able to do that in 17.6. It looks like there's just a new pop-up or default option for that. It looks like Messages is getting an update in iOS 17.6. So if we go into our settings and then Messages, scroll to the bottom, it looks like in the future, if we're filtering unknown senders, that we've had that option for a while, iMessage will actually let you know if it's from an unknown international sender. So it looks like there'll be a new message that will pop up if you receive a call or a message from an international sender. Wallet is also getting an update. So if we go into Wallet and maybe you have a card that's been added to your account, but you filed for bankruptcy, the app can now tell you if the card is locked due to a bankruptcy. Additionally, Apple mentioned to 9to5Mac today that they're getting rid of Apple Pay later this year, but they'll have more features. They actually gave a statement saying that starting later this year, users across the globe will be able to access installment loans offered through credit and debit cards, as well as lenders when checking out with Apple Pay. So with the introduction of this new global installment loan offering, they'll no longer be offering Apple Pay later in the US. So that's something that's changing a little bit later this year. As far as other new features, well, the live activities for the stopwatch are not here in 17.6, but it looks like it's here in iOS 18. And also, when you have the ability to share play Apple Music to a HomePod or Apple TV, they've brought that to iOS 18, but not iOS 17.6. We saw that some time ago, and they didn't bring it back. They felt the need to push that to iOS 18. Now, the good thing is bug fixes and some of the release notes. So we'll take a look at the release notes in a moment, but it looks like they may have updated the alarms and timers to fix those. We don't know that for sure, but there's a lot of different code hinting at that. So hopefully they're actually repairing some issues with that. Another good thing is they've fixed the standby mode bug. So if I bring in a charger here, place my phone on a stand, lock it, give it a second here, let it turn into standby mode. There we go. Press and hold. I can now edit once you verify with Face ID. I couldn't do this before after you edited a single time. It looks like they've fixed it in 17.6. So they've heard that and finally fixed it. There's no word on the screen time bug yet, but maybe that's fixed. It will take time to know that for sure, but at least they're aware of it. As far as the wallpaper dimming bug, that's definitely not fixed. So if I swipe home, you can see that pretty evidently here. And it even appears in iOS 18 now on this particular wallpaper. So it looks like they haven't fixed it. Hopefully they resolve it in a future update. As far as the release notes, let's go into those. And if we slide over here, you can see those here. They're public facing and they've resolved an audio issue with Bluetooth headphones where they might not be able to use an audio output route with certain AV audio session configurations. They've also resolved some issues with camera. It says fixed AV capture device rotation coordinator returns incorrect value. So some bugs that have been fixed, but that's all they list for 17.6 notes. Not a whole lot going on here. Most of the notes are for iOS 18 betas, but this is public facing. I'll link it in the description below. As far as remaining bugs, well, just the wallpaper dimming bug. It also looks like they fixed the notifications. They're no longer squared off. I haven't seen that yet again. As far as performance, so far it seems to be nice and smooth. Now I am using it on a 15 Pro Max. It seems pretty fast. Scrolling through things with ProMotion seems nice and smooth. No issues here. Maybe a little bit slower scroll speed, but in general it seems to be pretty good. As far as using the device, so far it's been fast. I haven't noticed any differences here, and it's just what you would expect this late in iOS 17. As far as heat, well, initially installing it, of course, it's going to get quite warm. So far, it's stayed nice and cool, though, so that's a great sign. No issues there, and we'll take a look at Geekbench scores in just a moment. As far as the battery life, well, that's hard to say as I've been using iOS 18, but in general, it was okay for some people, just not great. On this device, I have 37 cycles with 100% maximum capacity. That makes sense. If you want to look at my main device quick, running iOS 18, if we go over here, we'll go to battery, down to battery, and under battery health, I'm at 95% capacity with 217 cycles. So that's been okay. Battery life is about the same, maybe a little bit worse on iOS 18 Beta 1. iOS 17.6 was a little bit better, or 17.5.1 was better. Now, if you're wondering if you should install iOS 17.6 Beta 1, probably not, especially if you're already running iOS 18 Beta 1, but typically I would wait until the public beta is out. If you want to try it out, I would imagine it will be quite stable, but iOS 18 Beta 1 is more stable than we expected, but still has a few bugs here and there. As far as the next release, iOS 17.6 Beta 2, well, based on what we've seen in the past, I'd probably expect that in the first week of July. Usually we're on a 2-week cycle, probably altering for the first 2 or 3 betas with iOS 18 betas. So iOS 18 Beta 2 probably sometime next week with a public release or public beta release in July and a final public release in September, usually around the iPhone 16 launch. So lots of things coming up. Of course, maybe we'll see some new hardware in the summer. We don't really know. As far as the overall benchmarks, I did run them on this device and they're doing pretty well. 2,948 for single core, 7,188 for multi-core. If we go back to the CPU history, you'll see that it's higher than pretty much anything we've had before. Pretty much what you would expect. Maybe a few back that was a public release, it was better, but in general, it's right where it should be for this device, and it's running nice and smooth. So there's not a whole lot more to talk about with iOS 17.6, just a few things they need to activate in the background. There was also a splash screen for podcasts the first time I went into it. It looks like this. We've seen it before. It was talking about transcripts and search in transcripts, just to let people know about this, but there should be some others we'll see once we get closer to a final release. If you've found anything else, though, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below, and of course I'll link this wallpaper in the description like I normally do. If you haven't subscribed already, though, please subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.